I want to show you how you can get a lot less frustrated by the amount of people that walk into your business, aka the leads you get walking through your door of your gym or your service business in general, and not converting into a client, not getting sold on your service. This is the best thing we ever did for the business. Instead of trying to train the receptionist up on how to close, I thought, why don't I just do it the same as I do for online? This had a massive impact on our close rate or conversion rate. It builds a system so that eventually you can remove yourself from sales calls as well. Alright guys, welcome back to another video with Work-Life Unbalanced. Now today I'm going to show you, if you've got a gym, you're going to relate to this a lot, but if you've got a service business in general, I want to show you how you can get a lot less frustrated by the amount of people that walk into your business, aka the leads you get walking through your door of your gym or your service business in general, and not converting into a client, not getting sold on your service. And why is this a problem? It's a problem because you may not have the margins or the ability to have salespeople at the front desk. So you may just have a receptionist. And I'm going to give you the story of our gym, when we opened up our gym, and when this became a problem, and then how we actually managed to solve it. And you're going to be able to understand all that today. Now, I first figured this out not with the gym business that we've got. I figured this out with our online coaching business, PB Academy, and we scaled this business up to a full team of delivery with coaches, and we had a setter as well, and I was doing the sales at the time. And what I realized was when people were coming through and they were getting set, so they were leads. So we had the leads coming through from our organic social media. We weren't running any paid ads for this business at the time. So we were having leads coming through organically, right? And then they were being set at this time. I'd hired a setter, so a lot of calls with them being booked. So they were coming down the funnel, really nice. And then the calls. So I was taking the calls. And what I realized was on that call process, we've got a discovery part of the call, which is when you're asking all the questions to the potential prospect, to the potential client. And then you'll find out if they're a good fit. You're going through all the problems they've got. You're providing the solution, and then you pitch. You eventually pitch your solution to them, right? And this is where you talk. You can go as specific as you want to. In a live one-to-one call, a lot of people get very sloppy with this because it becomes very repetitive, and they don't actually pitch everything properly. So they end up rushing the pitch, and then it doesn't be as successful as it could be. Then you start to face a lot of objections when it comes down to the close. Now, I'm trying not to go off tangent here, but what I'm trying to say is that's a traditional call, consultation call, discovery call, sales call, whatever you want to call it. If you run an online business, that's how the process works. They come through the funnel, they get set, they booked in a call, you speak to them, you're trying to sell them on your service at the end of the day if you feel like you can generally deliver good value to them. I realized when I looked back, this process was identical to what we had going on within the gym. It's a service business at the end of the day. People buy a gym membership, even though the lowest cost we've got is just access to the gym, because we've got a great facility. We've got over 300 gram worth of kit, like world-class equipment in the gym. And it's a local gym as well. So it's not like a massive commercial chain. It's just a local gym. And we realized that it's the same process. We advertise online because we post organically on social media. We also run local paid ads for the business. So that's where our top of funnel is coming from. So our leads are coming from there. Then what we do, we have two different options. We have a gym tour, or we just have a walk-in. So they can either walk in and they turn up because they've seen the stuff and they just turn up, or they book a gym tour with us. So that leads them to, that's basically them being set for the call. And that call in a gym with what we've got was they were meeting our receptionist. So we've got a team of 5 and they work on reception. So they obviously do shifts, but these are receptionists at the end of the day. They're not there because they want to be salespeople. They just want to be there because they love the gym, they love fitness, and they enjoy that's their job. They enjoy their job where they get to just look after the place, they look after people, they get to have great conversations with people, they motivate some people, they're a therapist to some people, you know, on desk. That's what it's like. That's the nature of being in a gym. If any of you go to a gym regularly, you know this, right? So they're not salespeople. They're not trained to, you know, handle objections. They're not on commission or anything like that. But I realized this is the same process. So how can we close more deals, essentially, from the amount of walk-ins we've got into the gym, from the amount of people that actually turn up to a gym tour? How could we increase the number of conversions that we get? Because what I realized was when we were running paid ads, especially, I was like, this is not great. The numbers are really, really poor here. The close rate or the conversion rate from when they actually join a membership is very, very poor. And what was the two options I had, right? train the receptionist up on sales to take them through all the certain psychological pillars that we do on traditional sales calls with the coaching business? Or do I figure out a way to do what I've done with the online business, which is remove the pitch from the actual one-to-one live conversation? Instead of trying to train the receptionist up on how to close, I thought, why don't I just do it the same as I do for online, remove the pitch from the call so it's not even expected, and actually place it before they actually walk into the gym. So what would happen was, when they'd book in a gym tour, there'd be an automated link that would be sent to them to just prepare them for the gym tour. So just give them a little welcome and run them through the packages that we've got. Because when you join in a gym, they're not really buying a service where they want to know all the specifics of what's involved. They just want to know, what packages have you got, what do you offer, what's involved. So we would just answer that question before they'd even walk in. And we'd send them what we call the Welcome Pack VSL, which is obviously different to the gym. And I even printed this out as well. So when they came to reception, they'd actually have a physical welcome pack that they would be able to go through when they're with the receptionist that we'd taken them on the gym tour. And then this would make it so much less stressful for the receptionist as well. So for our team on reception, they weren't pressured to be salesy at all. They were just there to have a genuine discovery process and a nice conversation, an authentic conversation with that person that was walking into the gym. And this had a massive impact on our close rate or conversion rate, because what we would do on the Welcome Pack VSL, and I'll give it to you, if you want the link below, you can get the framework to build your own welcome pack. What this would actually do is it would walk them through the 5 stages of customer awareness. So they would go from being pain aware, problem aware, to then being fully solution aware as to why they need this gym membership right now. And then we would go through the specifics of the packages involved as well, why they shouldn't wait, pre-objection handle, all the traditional things that people would usually say. If they're like, oh yeah, I'm just going to have a look, different packages, look at different gyms. I'm going to think about it, talk to my partner, stuff like that. You still get those objections even with like a £40 a month gym membership. It's not just the high ticket stuff. But I'm telling you this because just by this change, we no longer needed or even thought about trying to train the staff up on sales or trying to have a salesperson in the gym. Now we just created one very professional pitch that I would do as the founder, as the face of the business, and that would then be automated and sent to every single person that would turn up to the gym. So they get a nice warm welcome from me, which I walk them through the gym. I literally talk about the gym, and I'm doing this as I'm going through the gym in person as well. So I'm purposely going through what I need to say on the actual video to give them a gym tour, a virtual gym tour, and then cover all of the things that they all, like subconsciously they want to know the answer to with regards to packages, what we offer, what's involved, why they need it, basically. This is the best thing we ever did for the business and the impact it actually had on conversion rate, close rates, to then we were able to comfortably increase the ad spend that we could do locally because the conversion rates now were not poor and we weren't wasting a ton of leads because they'd go through the gym. And it's not that the people in reception were giving them a bad experience, it's just they weren't handling everything as a salesperson would. So they would be able to walk out of the gym, no questions asked, and there would be no making sure that they've basically got all the information they need to make a decision today or whether they're going to join and get a membership or not. So we solved that problem by moving the pitch to before they actually entered the gym, and then when they entered the gym they were already informed and they were basically there to sign up, so they were already pre-sold on the membership itself. So if you've got a gym, definitely do this 100%. If you've got a service business, we figured this out first of all for the online coaching business. I would highly recommend that you use this strategy to move the pitch. It stops you repeating yourself on sales calls. It starts to reduce your time on sales calls, and it builds a system so that eventually you can remove yourself from sales calls as well if you're the founder of the business and you're stuck on there, because your close rate is so good because you're the face of the business. And then when you feel like you try to get a closer involved or a salesperson, the close rate's gonna go down. But this prevents that. So this really, really helps keep a good system in place so you can eventually build yourself out of sales and you're no longer reliant on yourself being in the business, stuck in one of the key parts of the business, so you're never able to scale. So this is one of the best things you can do to solve it. The link's below if you want to build that out for yourself with the Welcome Pack frameworks. You know what to put on every single slide. And yeah, you can enjoy them watching your close rate increase massively and spending way less time on the calls because you've removed a key part of the call, which is the pitch. So you no longer need to do that. Now you can just have a genuine, authentic conversation with the person you're speaking to. And even the receptionist can do it, no problem. And there's no pressure on her either. I hope this helps. And if you want to watch more videos like this channel is all about scaling a service business online. We're doing it alongside you and we're putting out everything we've learned along the way. So make sure you subscribe and I will speak to you soon.